I'm MIddleton, and I'm a Cherwell District Councillor. And although I represent the Green Party, I still try to work closely with all other councillors on important issues like the pandemic. In December, I seconded a motion brought by a Lib Dem colleague and backed by Labour, calling for support for a local test and trace system after Oxfordshire local authorities had demonstrated a significant level of success in tracing the people that the national system had drawn a blank on. Apart from being a far cheaper alternative, local authorities also have ready access to data that's largely inaccessible to the private companies operating the so-called NHS test and trace system. And I think we all know that it's not our wonderful NHS that's running that system. And personally, I think it's doing a huge disservice to our public health and care workers to slap the NHS branding onto a profit-driven enterprise run by the private sector. So I and fellow councillors called on Cherwell District Council to add our voice to concerns over a centralised system that's simply not producing the results we need whilst receiving billions in public funding. Other councils in Oxfordshire had already expressed cross-party support for localised testing and tracing, so I was astonished when Cherwell's Conservatives blocked our motion for what were largely political reasons, admitting themselves that they didn't want to be seen to be going against government policy, no matter how damaging it was. I've recently had someone very close to me die from COVID, and I don't want to see others go through what my family and thousands of others have gone through in recent weeks. I want to make sure we have a properly targeted strategy for preventing all avoidable deaths. And experts are now predicting that we'll have to live with this virus for many years to come. Along with vaccination, test, trace and isolate will remain a vital part of our strategy for dealing with this pandemic. And as we're seeing now, new variants of the virus make it even more important to have an efficient and agile response embedded at a local level. So please encourage and support your local councils at all levels to push for a more localised approach to testing and tracing. Lives depend on this. We need to rise above party politics to beat this virus. And by working together, we can crush COVID with local test and trace.